Hey gang, Nismo D21 here. Yeah, sorry about not doing any updates lately. Just been working and a lot of rain this week, so I've been kind of rained out. And I rented a storage garage, so I've been moving a lot of things into that in preparation for losing this facility. But I have made a little headway. Sunday I came out here and took the Sawzall to this beast and started making the pickup truck that I wanted it to be. This is not anywhere near the final product. This cab is not staying. I'm just making it smaller so it'll fit in the back of my little two-wheel drive hard body, so I can take pieces to the recycler and get rid of it. But we ended up using a engine hoist that I purchased at a garage sale of all places, and that thing's been awesome. So all I did was zip on the window and roof here, and then I hooked onto it using the latch for the hatch, picked it up, and then just ran the Sawzall all the way across as straight as I could without nicking or damaging anything. And I think I did a pretty good job. I didn't cut fuel lines, I didn't cut the brake lines. But in case any of you D21 hardbody guys want to get a look at the brother Pathfinder suspension that these trucks came with, it's pretty interesting. This is my second Pathfinder. I had that gold 91 that I scrapped probably about a month and a half ago. That one wasn't as nearly as nice as this one. This one does need a little frame sanding and some paint. Shouldn't be too bad. Most of the critical areas of concern didn't have any rust. Like I was told to check out this area here where the seats meet and the body mounts there. There's no rust there. It's really clean. So I'm going to press ahead with this project because everything's looking pretty decent at this point. I'm going to sandblast as much as I can and then paint. Obviously, somebody did a really poor replacement of the sending unit on this thing. Obviously, we will have to fix that. But let's get back to the rear suspension here. So the frame is the same from the B-pillar forward. So all the cab mounts are the same. Track and wheelbase is all the same. So we're going to have a cab, a regular D21 cab here with the doors, fenders, hood, core support. We're going to put the Pathfinder wire harness into it, the computer. This engine's going to get replaced with one that actually isn't blown up. And I also am putting a 5-speed transmission into it. I'm going to keep 4-wheel drive. It's just going to be basically a Pathfinder pickup. I already talked about that in a previous video. So here's what we got. Everything from the B-pillar forward is the same. From that point back, everything is different. The frame rail is probably similar, but not exact. We've got perches here for coil springs. We have factory 4-link suspension. We have a sway bar. And we have a factory panhard bar here. All stuff that the 4-wheel drive hardbody equivalent did not get, which is kind of cool. It makes this a little bit unique in pickup truck form. See all the fixings here. And that's why I'm doing this, because I think it would be neat to have a pickup truck based on a Pathfinder frame. I don't know, just something about coil springs and 4-link just sounds kind of neat and unique to me. I know it's been done before, so it's not really a new idea. There's some things I'm going to have to work out on paper and physically to figure out exactly how everything is going to go back together, because I know for a fact the trucks don't have mounts for the parking brake cables, and I do want these cables to work if all possible. So I'm going to have to come up with some kind of bracketry for that. I am going to get around to rebushing all this at some point. I'd like to have it handle good, and I guess that you can use a certain Jeep Grand Cherokee front spring in place of these rear springs, which gives the truck about a 3-inch lift, 2 to 3-inch lift. And then of course you got the torsion bars that you can adjust to get another 2 inches of lift. So probably going to get like 2.5 inch lift suspension wise. And then I've got the hockey pucks here that I'm just storing right here, but these body pucks are probably, I think, a 3-inch lift for the body. So when I go to throw the D21 cab on this, the body will automatically have a 3-inch lift because of that. Then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with the core support. I am going to order a core support. I talked to one of the big used hard body parts guys, see what he had in stock. He didn't have anything at the moment. Since I'm not there yet, I'm not panicking. But today, I think what I'm going to do is, I got some new blades I'm going to cut here and basically lop this whole roof off, and that's just going to leave me floorboard and firewall. I'm going to pull the steering. That should be really easy, and I do want to pull the booster, the brake booster here. I'm going to pull the brake booster off the firewall as well. It's just going to be the bolts holding it on with the brake pedal, and I'm not keeping this brake pedal, so I don't really care. Unbolt the brake pedal and the booster will come off, and then I'll put the booster on the new cab, and basically everything that was on this cab is going to go back onto the D21 cab, and then I'm going to have to figure out the wiring situation because the wire harness is way more than what's necessary. So that is that update. I told you guys I bought a engine hoist here. This was a great deal. I went over to my buddy's house like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, dude, there's a engine hoist at the garage sale around the corner. See what they want for it. It was a hell of a deal. And if you guys look close here, it's got an 8-ton ram on it, which is pretty ridiculous for what I'm going to be using it for, but it's nice to know that it's there. This has been reconstructed. You can tell somebody cut this and made a new boom for it. So I haven't had any problems with it. This thing actually moved 2 engines last weekend into the storage garage, and also helped me lift that V6 5-speed transmission with transfer case. Holy moly, is that heavy. That's crazy. So I think if you guys get an opportunity to buy a engine hoist, perfect investment. This is all Pathfinder parts, just waiting to go in. Once I get that cab back on, I'll be transferring all this stuff. We have all the body mounts, and I've kept a box of almost every bolt that was reusable went in this box. Ducts, seat belts, visors, heater control. I've got pedals here, dash wiring, and in another box I have the complete wire harness there. So we're looking good here. I've got these seats. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these seats or if I'm going to use the blue seats. I got blue seats with a red interior. And let me know down in the comments what you think of that. Oh, let's see. This truck here, awesome. Carried 2 engines and 3 transmissions, bookshelf, toolbox. This thing was cooking last weekend. I had it on the road everywhere, and it did everything I asked it to do without question. Even the green truck joined in and carried the hoist, which was kind of neat. But this thing ended up carrying the bulk of everything. So I'm perfectly pleased with this thing. It's doing what I asked it to do, and a little bit more than what I built it for. So I got some more updates here. So you guys know that the Nismo D21 channel is moving to a temporary storage facility. It could be a permanent storage facility for all I know, but who knows. Yeah, so The disappointing news is a not really a sponsor of the channel per se, but I really do endorse their products a lot. I use them on, I had them on my Chevy, I have them on the green truck, and I have them on this red truck here. Performance friction brake pads. This one's got the 4-cylinder calipers on it with the 4-cylinder pads, obviously. The green truck has the V6 calipers with the V6 pads, the twin piston calipers. Nice upgrade. Bolt on. You can run a slightly bigger rotor with that setup. With this truck, I just went with the performance friction pads, the stainless brake lines. You guys can see all that in the building a fun street truck using junkyard parts build that I did last winter. So I was kind of hoping to do performance friction brake pads on this guy, because the V6 4-wheel drive and the V6 2-wheel drive both use the same pads, the same calipers. They just have different knuckles, because this has got a 4-wheel drive hub set up on it, but everything else is the same. So I was like, I should put some performance friction brake pads on this thing. So I went through hell to try and find them, because Amazon says they're no longer available. All these places say no longer available, and any place that says that they are available ends up coming up with a really ridiculous lead time. So I contacted my local Fleet Pride, who bent over backwards to try and find me these performance friction brake pads, because they're a dealer, and come to find out, no longer available for these trucks. So if you're walking down the aisle and you see the PF pads and you see part number 0333.20, grab them. Those are, you won't be able to get those. Once they're used up, they're used up. I should have grabbed a couple boxes. I had no idea that they were going to discontinue them so quickly after I bought the last set for this truck. Actually, I can't say I bought them for this truck, because this truck's got the 4-cylinder pads. But if I want to do a V6 swap on this truck and use performance friction pads, I'm pretty much screwed. So that's disappointing. So any of you hard body guys, any of you Pathfinder guys that are looking to use performance friction pads, I'm sorry I can't really talk this week. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, anybody who's looking for PF pads for one of these things, best of luck to you. I even talked to Performance Friction themselves, emailed them, gave them the number, asked them for a replacement. They said discontinued, thanks for your business, have a great day, done. So yeah, I ended up with Centric pads, which are a semi-metallic pad. Not really a fan of semi-metallics. I like carbon metallics so much more. They got such a great bite, but we take what we can get. So new front pads, obviously do what I can with what I got. But yeah, overall I'm feeling a bit uninspired these days. I mean, I'm continuing to work on this. I'm very excited about this project here, this build, but I just haven't really been feeling myself lately. I've been just, maybe it's stress, maybe it's just, maybe I'm not getting enough likes or whatever. I don't know. It's funny how the mental psyche works and all that, but I've been feeling like mentally exhausted and just really like kind of in a funk. And this happens a lot in August and September, because we're getting kind of close to having to start thinking about the awful word winter, which is the most depressing time of the year for me. So I don't know, there's a lot of things going on right now in this Nismo D21 world, with trying to relocate, figure out what's the best course of action, and even know what my bearings are. I mean, I don't know what's going on half the time. So I've been feeling a little discouraged, a little depressed. I'm thinking I'll get over it. There's nothing a Sawzall blade can't fix, but it's frustrating, and it leaves me at a loss for words a lot of times. So I kind of retreat and just kind of go about my business as best I can. So I apologize for not posting as much as I have in the past, and doing a lot of how-to videos. It's trying to kickstart my brain to actually function is kind of a tough thing. So I mean, if you guys got any pointers on something that I might want to try to try and wake this brain up, yeah, I'm open. Just lots of stuff on my plate, and you know, few wins, lots of tries, few wins, and eventually your body just gets kind of tired. And there's a lot of other stuff going on in my world right now that's just kind of taxing my mind. So yeah, so if I feel like I'm stumbling, or it sounds like I'm stumbling on my words and not knowing what I want to do, well, it's just because my my world is changing faster than I'm able to make heads or tails of it. So, you know, bear with me, guys and ladies. I'm trying as best I can. You know, getting this done, trying to get this done so we can get it dragged over to the other shop so I can work indoors over the winter. It's a lot of stuff going on. Numbers, lots of money numbers going on around here. So yeah, I'm trying. So we'll pick up the pieces here soon. I was hoping that maybe this weather will hold out a little bit today so I can actually do a little sawing. I'm going to try and drop this headliner down, because I think this headliner, even though it's a Pathfinder headliner, I think that's going to go in the pickup as well. So anyways, leave me a comment down below. Like, subscribe, share, unlike. You know, I'm still tootling away, doing what I can. I'm going to save some of the better pieces of this thing for future projects and scrap the rest. I tried selling the body, but I had no serious bites, and I got to keep moving forward. I can't hold on to stuff for, you know, years at a time. I'm not a used parts facility, so I got to move on. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and thank everybody for the support, continued support, future support. And if you guys can think of anything that might, you know, help me get out of my funk, just leave a comment down below. I'm just gonna keep tootling till something really happened. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll tune in again soon. Take it easy now. Bye.